Good evening everyone, DRBMiller here. How's everyone doing today? Thank you very much for joining us for our second installment of Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain gameplay. This is obviously a part of our PlayStation Now season, and we started with the game already on Sunday. So far so good, lots of enjoyable gameplay, and we had quite a few new community members coming in. So today we are continuing with everything that started on Sunday and are going to be embracing and enjoying our favorite character Snake as created by Hideo Kojima. So without further ado, we are going to jump in. As you can see, we get lots of different tips every time the game is loading. So we have the tips screen presents help, hints to help you better enjoy the game, as well as explanations of actions and profiles of weapons and items. Tips are displayed when the game is in loading data, but you can also be it can also be called up during the game pressing of that button to pause the game. So we'll just simply resume the game without further ado.
Snake. Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost, won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm the one who got caught up with Cypher. A group above nations, even the US. And I was the parasite below, feeding off Zero's power. They came after you in Cyprus. Then Afghanistan. Cypher just keeps growing. Swallowing everything in its path. Getting bigger and bigger. Who knows how big now? Boss. I'm gonna make them give back our past. Take back everything that we've lost. And I won't rest until we do.
Approaching Mother Base.
Our new Mother Base. I don't know how long it'll take, but I'll make it bigger, better than before. Gosh, what should I do? Boss? Tell me. Tell me like you used to.
Episode 2, Diamond Dogs, starting right now.
Things have changed, boss. We pull in money, recruits, just to combat Cypher. Rubbing our noses in bloody battlefield dirt. All for revenge. The world calls for wet work, and we answer. No greater good. No just cause. Cause. Cypher sent us to hell. But we're going even deeper.
I know. I'm already a demon. Heaven's not my kind of place anyway.
Dogs of war for 9 whole years. That ends today. Now you're not sleeping, and we're not junkyard hounds. We're diamond dogs.
Let them talk.
We can crush Cypher, boss. And you can build the army that can do it.
Just one thing, Kaz. This isn't about the past. We're fighting for the future.
Boss, there's something I want to talk about. It concerns the running of Mother Base. Come meet with me. You came. This base belongs to you now. Make Diamond Dogs the force it deserves. Like any organization, we need good people, and we need to make good use of their talents. Miller asked me to lay that out for you. Start bringing people in. Use this. It's a Fulton recovery device. When you're in the field, use it to extract any soldiers or prisoners you want back here. And we'll see if we can't persuade them to join the ranks of Diamond Dogs. Go on. Test it out on the staff here. Anyone you want. First, put them to sleep. You have a tranquilizer gun, don't you?
I'm ready, boss.
So as you could see, we are going to be doing a bit of online tutorial, which is really wonderful. That is what we had in other Metal Gear Solid installments, and as you progress in the game,
you have a
you are always
tranquilizer
learning,
gun, don't you?
and it's so well integrated with the gameplay that, you know, simply cannot be better. So we need to see where the tranquilizer gun is.
First, put him to sleep. You have a tranquilizer gun, don't you?
I don't know what gun that is though.
First, put him to sleep. You have a tranquilizer gun, don't you?
Oh, it is, yeah. Single shot tranquilizer handgun. Okay. Okay.
First, put him to sleep. You have a tranquilizer gun, don't you? Out like a light. Now approach him and extract him.
So the extractor is the box that he basically picked up. It's called Fulton Recovery. And as you can see, it's very easy. So we'll put... Okay.
Extraction complete. You can only Fulton recover someone if they're not resistant. No dead bodies either. They don't make great recruits. The staff member you just extracted will be assigned to the team best suited to his abilities. See for yourself. Open your eye droid. Select staff management from the Mother Base menu. So that staff member was placed on the R&D team. The R&D team is in charge of developing all kinds of weapons and items that'll support you on missions. Take a look at the development list. Select weapons items under the development heading. That's the R&D team's development list. See the item called cardboard box? Didn't seem much use to me, but Miller was adamant that you'd want it on the list. The last word in infiltration technology, or so he said. In any case, we don't have the manpower to develop it just yet. We need more staff on the team. Go extract a few more people. Boss, put the iDroid away for a moment.
That's really funny. And what does it tell us now? Number 2.
Boss, put the iDroid away for a moment. You can also Fulton extract individuals you've knocked out. Why don't you try knocking someone out with CQC next? Show them how it's done, boss.
CQC overview. Where do we need to go?
Try throwing them. It's the best way to knock someone out instantly. Thank you. I suppose that works too. Good. Extraction complete. One thing I should mention, a Fulton extraction won't always be successful. If the person is injured, the shock of it could kill them. And if the weather's unfavorable, well, they could end up going missing. You can determine the chance of success by approaching the person you want to extract. If you want to be sure you can get them out, best carry them to the chopper and...
Let's do this,
Any
boss.
method you like. By knocking him out. Or you can put
Let's
him to
do this, boss.
If there are multiple adversaries nearby, perform CQC on them in quick succession. This allows you to take them all out before any of them can strike back.
Let's do this, boss. Let's do this.
Wait a minute. We need to be basically extracting him. Fulton? Okay, I'll extract you now. Okay. I got it.
Boss, now that we have more people on the R&D team, its level has gone up. They should be able to develop the cardboard box now. Open your iDroid. Select Weapons Items under the Development heading. Now select Cardboard Box and start development. Just be aware that development requires funds. GMP. Watch we don't end up in the red.
So you can see we are selecting the cardboard box, and then we are also selecting GMP.
Development has finished.
So C box, carton box, the SRT has been developed. Yeah.
You can have the support unit supply you with weapons and items you've developed. Think of it as your own personal delivery service.
So let's see, is the supply going to come in? For the benefit of the viewers, this is an in-game tutorial. It's a part of the Diamond Dogs mission, or chapter. Well integrated. There is the supply drop. Received it.
And there it is. Not sure what it's good for, but Miller said you know what to do. Try it out. One last thing. The staff members you extracted were all placed on the R&D team, but that was Miller's decision. If you think they belong somewhere else, you're free to move them around. Well, that about does it. You won't make any GMP or find recruits hanging around here. Board the chopper when you're ready for a mission. Open your iDroid and select a landing zone to tell it where to pick you up. Or if you're still in the mood for knocking guys on their asses, you can stay around here a while. Give the men some practice. Just come pay me a visit.
Okay, we completed that part of the tutorial. So just wait and see. The mark has been placed, we're just waiting for the helicopter to come in. Yep. So just find the way up the side. This way. All the way up to see where the chopper is. It's windy, might be a bit risky. Okay. So where's the landing zone? Let's have a look at it there, isn't it? The landing zone should be 299. No. What is this? Shower. Okay. really walked around unnecessarily. I guess I just wanted to become acquainted with the base a bit. We'll wait here. Putting it in here.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
LZ is obviously short landing zone.
This is Pequod, on station at LZ.
We are boarding the chopper. Showing the beautiful views. There we are. Action for a lot more action. There we are, let's have a look. Total play time 3 hours 4 minutes 37 seconds. Score Diamond Dogs. Okay, so this is basically the diagnostics telling us all that we've done so far. Diamond Dogs as well. Mission clear reward, we didn't get any rewards. Support cost 1500. So we are losing a bit of money. We must have done something wrong then, I guess. What I really like about this game is that you have right at the beginning a very lengthy prologue, which is one of the best openers of any video game I've ever watched. And then you start missions and you do quite a lot of action and you come back to the base and then you are being given tutorial. So it feels like so generic and so well blended that you just simply love it, you know, and you learn as you go along. You will never be stranded, as you could see. I was trying to work out a few bits and pieces because I forgot them since I played last, but it's very, very easy. So there we are. Current heroism 1310, and we are now going to be proceeding with the mission. Every episode does have credits. Kojima Productions, Konami. Oh, we've got another cassette tape. If you remain still while inside a cardboard box, the enemy will not notice you even if you are in the field of vision. Also, if the cardboard box is decorated with a camouflage pattern, you will stay camouflaged to a degree even while moving. So we need to remember that for certain. Press the quick dive button while underneath the cardboard box to dive out of it and abandon the box. If an enemy spots you while you're moving, use the box as a decoy and hide behind another object. Always a lot to learn in here. Phantom cigar. Using the phantom cigar alerts your perception of time, making it go by faster. Once the time is where you want to be, tap direction buttons to stop smoking. However, be aware that in missions with a time limit, speeding up time past the limit will cause you to fail the mission. Resume game.
Boss, I know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you. Open your iDroid.
iDroid. Missions. Mission list.
I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. I put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
There we are. We've got those missions out there. As you can see, 3 of those allocated. Miller, the other Miller that is, the character in the game, had allocated those missions. And what we are going to do is, this is the list of missions you can take, select the mission you wish to accept. So obviously start with the first one. Hero's Way, C2W, no defense, and play briefing tape.
Farming villages in southern Vahan have been subjected to a strategic bombing campaign the past several weeks. The damage is spreading. It's part of the Soviet Scorched Earth operation aimed at wiping out the guerrillas. The target this time is the commander of a Spetsnaz detachment. He's been key to the operation's success. People say this guy's responsible for annihilating the Mujahideen at Smasy Laman, the Hamid fighters, overnight. He's a tough, experienced commander. Don't underestimate him. The order from my client in the west is to shoot on sight. They want him out of the picture for good. Sorry, boss. This one's purely business. Wet work. A hit on a commanding officer of the Soviet military. Nothing personal. We're only doing this because it gets us one step closer to our goal.
Sounds like a good mission. We will accept the mission. So we need to be selecting our landing zone. And let me see. I guess we could go anywhere. Alright, so let's have a look at the loadout. We have bionic arm, pistol, we have that automatic weapon, body is D-horse. Just sit down for a minute and have a look at this. Familiarize myself with this. Select equipment. Primary weapons. Okay, this is my primary weapon. Secondary weapons. Pistol, arm. Support weapons. Don't have anything much. Items. Non-cardboard box. Tools. Oops. Droid floating device. Animals and personnel can be extracted from the battlefields. You know this. Okay. Select body. Okay. Select vehicle. None. Select character. Of course. Tiger Stripe. Okay. That is all on. Mission is going to be called the Hero's Way. Eliminate the Spetsnaz Commander. So the objective is eliminating the Spetsnaz Commander. Commence mission. ASAP. We are ready to deploy. More tips: you can zoom the screen in while in third person view by holding R3. This is useful for checking the way ahead while you're in a cover. Approach an obstacle such as warhead to hug the obstacle or conceal yourself. This is called being in cover. Like hiding in grass or in the shadows, being in cover makes it more difficult for the enemy to spot you. Just want to remind you of the fact that this is a tactical stealth game, so shooting overall indeed is not favored by the game developer. Some missions you can finish even without shooting anyone at all, although you can obviously choose to use your firearms as much as you like. So on our first day of gameplay, I was not playing, well, I was partly playing stealthily, but then because we were kind of running out of time a bit, I resorted to the use of firearms. We had lots of firefights, but today we'll try to do it as stealthily as possible in order to avoid the use of firearms, and we can obviously use our fists and any other techniques if there, if there's a need. So let's have a look. Let's just crack on. Episode 3, A Hero's Way, is just about to unravel.
Your target is a Spetsnaz detachment commander. Your orders are to take him out. With skills like his, it'd be a shame to waste him. But I'll leave the method up to you. Boss, make your way to Deshago Calais and eliminate the target.
There we are. Our buddy is here with us, but you know what? It is alright to be traveling on a horse, but if you're on a horse, you are likely to be detected. So it's much preferable to be walking. So what we'll do is we'll look at the map. We'll have a look at where we are. We need to be zooming in and out. Okay. Can actually go and have a look at the palace, I think. Yep, have a look at the palace. It's not obviously immediately necessary for us to go there. This is going to be a bit of a warm-up. my binoculars. With binoculars we can see everything from obviously a wide distance. With one target with another target, you don't have to engage them at all. Just bypass them. Quite good to be in prone position, do you think? But we're not going to be doing anything to those enemies. We'll just have a look at the palace. Where's the palace? Very far from here. That was a mistake. Walking around in a box. This is rather funny. Okay, so where are we on the map? Still quite far.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
What was that? I can hear some movement, but that must be crows or birds or something like that. Shargo village.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
So I need to go out of the box, right? No. Does it have a silencer that is open? Yeah, okay. It does. it again. Okay, so we've got 2 or 3 soldiers in there. Okay. So just remember, stay in cover, proceed with caution, always remain alert, never panic. If intercepted by the enemy, keep your cool, think and act appropriately. The tranquilizer gun is a better option here. Be very careful not to be spotted by that spotlight with the guards up there. In fact, we're going to have a look to see how many people are there. It's just one. Okay. So we've spotted already 2, 3, 4 enemy soldiers. Tranquilizer gun might be better. Why did I do that? Because common metal I need to pick up.
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
See, I've done something so stupid. The soldier up there can hear me, and therefore I'll be just giving away my possessions. It's ridiculous. He's up there, he heard something. What I'll try to do is I'll try to outsmart him, so I'll go there and then grab him. We don't need to be doing him, we need to get that commander. Okay. I did something wrong there. What I could do there just extraction. Okay. No need for that, I don't think. There's 2 soldiers in there, so it better be. Oh. Okay. Be approaching this guy in the rear. He wouldn't have seen me, I don't think. Oh, the other one saw me. Okay. Two of them in there. Oh, they spotted me now, so that's compromised.
Всем боевым группам, это кафе! Прошу перестать противника! Всем боевым группам, приготовиться к бою!
No. Because I was compromised, obviously.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Killed. Continue from checkpoint. Boo. That was not particularly good. I've gone into a complete ambush because there were 2 soldiers in there. I should have known. Never mind. We'll do it better this way. Do it better second time out. Because we know obviously what we want to do is we want to go first of all to flashlight. It's not doing the flashlight for some reason now. Okay. So he really needs to be our first port of call in there, the one on top. Takes a bit of practice, you know, get used to it. See if you are nose diving directly into this game, the Phantom Pain, after you've done Apex or PUBG, you'll find it very challenging because in here it's all about hiding and not firing, and in those other battle royale games it's a different story. Just come down the stairs. What we need to do is we need to be careful. See what is there. See that he is now. There are 3 enemy soldiers in there. Did the same thing again. Bit silly.
Those materials have already been processed. It may
Sometimes
not
they're
be
on
much, but
autopilot,
we can use
you know,
them straight away if you bring them back to base.
from other games. So we'll just go up there, have a look. Really good look, you know, from here. See all the soldiers. You can see 3 of them in there. Spetsnaz. For those of you not familiar, Spetsnaz stands for Russian Airborne Special Forces. It's the airborne regiment, the most elite regiment that the Russian army has. What's happening here is Afghanistan in 1984, so that's many years ago, and it's basically happening during the time where Afghanistan was invaded by Soviet forces, and Snake is a soldier of, you know, one of those secret squads trying to infiltrate their positions and then causing them as much damage as possible. So we'll have a look at it again. So we have 2 people in there. One of them has gone out there. So I think what we'll do is we just quickly go in there, deal with this guy. It's just about to come our way, isn't it?
Всем боевым группам, это кафе! Огонь! Приготовиться к бою!
compromised my position, so I don't have really a very good chance of survival at all. So I need to do is I need to run away. Get to a different position. Ridiculous. Really a very good approach in there. What on earth is going on? Doesn't seem to be didn't work out, I'm afraid.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake? Snake!
Gave away my position, and that is in this game always almost certain death. And if you use the chicken hat, enemies will not detect you even if you enter the field of vision up to 3 times. You limit your mission completion rank to an A or below. The chicken head can be turned on and off under options in the pause menu. So as you could see, the way it works is you have to replay the mission, make sure you get it done better than what you would have done earlier. So it's all about hiding, stealth, yourself staying in cover, being in a correct position. I was just a bit too forward with one of those patrol guys. Instead of waiting, basically what we do is we'll just go very quickly, talking and then wasting time. So what we'll do is we'll just get away from there altogether.
Всем боевым группам, это КП! Мы вступили с вас с противником! Все боевые единицы, приготовиться к бою!
So we're being followed. Don't think so.
КП готовит вам! Потерял противника! Ищу последней точки соприкосновения! Прием! Это КП, понял. Будьте очень внимательны. Реагируйте на каждое движение. Конец связи.
Okay, I got away, so I can have another approach to that base. Always useful to be using binoculars and distance. Oh, so we're positioned everywhere then now, right? Waiting for me to come in. In fact, I will not do that, I'll come from the rear.
КП готовит вам! Противник скрылся из виду! Начинаю поиск! Прием! Это КП, понял. Не позволяйте им застать вас врасплох. Будьте начеку. Конец связи. Штаб, это КП. По нам велся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ, но потеряли врага. Враг может все еще прятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность.
So
Прием!
you see they're looking for me. And I think I'm in a completely different area, so that's alright. There we are. Okay, just bear with us. I've got some messages coming in. Let's see what people are saying. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream so far. It's been very, very interesting, and it's Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. And let me see what we've got here. Okay, some people are saying hello to everyone. Very glad to see that people are enjoying Metal Gear Solid number 5. And just to remind you, this is the first in a line of many streams which are related to PlayStation Now services, and the reason for that is very simple. Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the latest additions to PlayStation Now services. It has been introduced to the service which is called also Netflix for streaming, Netflix for gaming I should say, last week. So if you are very keen on the game, it's a way of finding out what the game's actually like, and then you can simply subscribe. And if you do subscribe to PlayStation Now services, you will get free access, unlimited access to I think around 700 games, and you can just simply either download them to your console. Not all of them are downloadable, or in case of every one of those, you can just simply stream them to your console, which means you can access them instantly without any difficulty. What I've done is I have downloaded Metal Gear Solid 5 to my console because obviously I want to stream it here and broadcast on Twitch. So as you could see, we are having
The enemy's given up their search
a
for you,
stream, which is the first
but
in
they're
line
not
of
giving
many,
the all clear just yet. Stay alert.
which is the first in a line of many on my channel from PlayStation Now services. Matthias is here. Hello Matthias, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us. We are doing Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, part of our PlayStation Now Present season, the brand new season which started on Sunday. Short but sweet streams lasting for about 2 hours, and indeed initially focused on this wonderful Hideo Kojima's masterpiece. Matthias is asking me about something which is related to Destiny streams, and he's asking me about the Dark Drinker progress. Well, I can tell you, sir, that there has been very little progress, and the reason for that is I've completed the first section of the quest, which was killing 50 champions, and then the second sort of part of the quest is doing 25 Guardian kills with my sword in the Crucible. Quite frankly, considering that my upload speed is below 1, I can't play Crucible. It's just too bad. Every one of the enemies can see me before I can see them. My weapons are completely ineffective, and it's just no fun at all. So what I will do is I will complete that section of the quest on another setup, but that can't be done at the moment. And that setup will have, you know, the upload speed of about 30 or 40 minimum. Therefore, the Dark Drinker quest is indeed placed on hold. I indeed have been streaming Destiny every day, and we've been doing all kind of mopping up on Warlock and Titan, but the quest for my Hunter remains still a priority. And Matthias says that's a shame. It is a shame because obviously I had, I think, about 3 or 4 days of just Crucible streams, which were taking place last week, you know, weekend before last, and it was just a complete disaster. I mean, purely in terms of the fact that you could simply say that you can simply see that the lag was so great and that the upload speed was so poor that you know, I could fire at the enemy and they already killed me, and you know, that sort of thing. Just a massive big delay. And generally, with my current setup that has that poor upload speed, any form of PvP is purely cosmetic type of exercise. You know, like with Apex, it's doing it with other squads and doing it together with other people, but actually being focused on the effectiveness is just, you know, completely obsolete. You can't get any results at all due to this, and I'll have to obviously complete that quest on another setup which will have, you know, a proper fiber optic upload speed, and therefore we are going to be able to do it with ease rather than with massive amount of difficulty. Also, the other thing I want to tell you, I will not be streaming the Crucible on my channel probably at all, because as soon as we've gone there, I had some trolls and there was, you know, quite a bit of toxic content emerging on the channel. So my moderators had to be neutralizing these guys, and there were quite a few coming in, and it was just a really unpleasant experience. Not just for myself, but for everyone viewing, because obviously the Crucible is quite popular, but it was just you know, giving a completely different picture of the channel and the activity that I have. And as you know, this is a channel for learning. It's not for chasing scores or showing off. And some of these guys were just quite offensive, and you know, there was quite a lot of trouble really instantly, and therefore I had to really cut down and, you know, clamp down on that immediately through my moderators, of course, and they've taken action. But it just wasn't a very good experience, I'm afraid. It was very bad. Matthias says, alright, well, I don't want to take away from the MGS stream, so have a good one. Well, thank you so much, sir. Thanks very much for coming in and for letting us know. I really appreciate it. Also, I appreciate your assistance with the Dark Drinker quest. I can assure you that the quest is going to be completed, but I will have to use somebody else's setup. And, you know, purely in terms of the upload speed, so I can get the entire quest completed, because with what happened there, I mean, it was you know, on one hand the trouble was with the upload speed, but on the other, which really annoyed me more, was the types of people that were coming in. and that was really not pleasant, you know. It was not pleasant for the viewers. And as you know, this channel has been trouble-free right from its beginnings, and I really want to keep it that way. Anytime you bring in PvP, be it Battle Royale or Call of Duty or any other games, you get a lot of toxic content coming in, and that's just, you know, not something I want to have on my channel. Thank you for coming, of course, and thank you for kindly asking about the progress. I'd say the progress has been about 50%, but, you know, the other section will have to be obviously completed on a different setup. Alright, so these guys are in there. Need to work out a way for which I'll neutralize them.
So as sandstorms come in, sandstorms effectively make you blind and deaf. But that goes for the enemy too. Use the situation to your advantage. So your suppressor is worn out. That gun will be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful.
These guys are the result. We have obviously a few of those other enemies guarding that compound in there. And we are going to be indeed a bit more careful than early on. Simple, we do not want to be seen. Oh, there's another one now, see? Yep. Like a sitting duck in here, though. No, this is not a good approach, in fact. The other way was a lot better. Soldiers in there as well. Should be able to spot them in there. Or not. There's the two of them in there. Another one hovering about. The trouble with the silences is that they do not last for very long at the beginning of the game, so you know, see how far this guy is. Not too far.
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
That was good. I'm so sorry. Done quietly and silently. They could not see me too well. And now I need to work out my strategy for the rest. There are several soldiers in this compound in there. Probably the best approach will be from this side. The other side is a lot more congested, I think. What I do need is a good sniper. I don't have a sniper at the moment. So I'll try to really oh, we have some other guards on the other side as well. Nearly saw me. Good. He heard me, but he did not see me. Question is, are there any other soldiers in there? Snoring. Yeah, there are some enemies in there. There are some hostiles, so I better be well concealed. It's all about, you know, crawling, hiding, concealing, that sort of thing. I'll be able to neutralize him with my okay. The other two soldiers are walking towards them, so what I can do at the moment is basically to do nothing. There are 3 guys in there. I also need to see if there is anything watching me from this end, which is my 3 o'clock, my 9 o'clock. So nothing on my 9. But this would be my 12 o'clock. One soldier manning the position in there. It's a good idea to go in there as well. Let's see. Go in there as quickly as possible. Be careful because he's doing an OP, observing all of those activities ahead of him, and I must not be coming into his line of sight, so I need to make sure I come from behind. The reason I'm doing it like this is to make sure that the other guys, the 4 soldiers whom I spotted earlier, will not see me from behind. Okay. So that's not really a good entry. I'll never do that in some other context. Just about this. If you are on the road, you are sitting duck. So you know. It's similar to the other OP. I have some collectibles in here. No, we do not have any collectibles at the moment. Soldiers are very, very quiet. You saw me. It's because I was rattling.
На меня напали. Возможно, противник. Жду указаний. Прием! Это КП, понял. Всем подразделениям, быть начеку. Конец связи. КП это 2. Все проверил, ничего необычного. Прием. Это КП, понял. Вернитесь на пост. Прием.
Не делай этого!
I was able to do this quite quickly, but you know. Okay, let's see. About that. He was the only soldier manning this position. So we'll have a look. This was beyond ludicrous. This was beyond ludicrous. Why on earth did you do that? I don't have to worry about him. He's no longer alive. What I do need to do is I need to do recce of that base. Okay, so these 2 OPs are sorted. Two other guys in there. 3 in fact, because the OP soldier alerted them. You know, he said to them that there was something going on in here, and we want to make sure that we are, you know, all right. See now. I need to crawl all the way up there, go to the other side to see them. SIP. Okay. Don't see anyone in there at the moment. One guy on there. And we have 5, 6. So I need to come very close and be very precise with my tranquilizer gun. There's another one there. So, oh. Seems like there. No, it's too far. Ideally, I'd have to sneak in from behind him. But I don't really have much space. There's another one in there as well. Manning the position in there. And 2 of the other guys. So what do? I need to go inside. So there's just one guy inside there. For this one, I don't see him at all, the one who is manning one of those turrets down here. Don't see him at all. There's not really a good line of sight. He must be somewhere near me. There he is. Okay. quite a few of them inside. Gave away my position.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Anytime you give away a position, that's it. It's just that kind of stealth game, you know. So the idea is to be keeping cool, undercover, and doing them just one by one. Therefore it becomes a very, very lengthy game. And that's the reason as to why the silences don't work much, you know. Alright, we got some more messages. Thanks very much to everyone communicating tonight. Thank you. Some people are really liking the stream so far. That's really great. Thank you. And let's see. Okay. And we are going to resume. I think I purchased so early on. Oh, there's another one in there, I didn't even see him. Trouble is there's so many soldiers in there. Have to really be quite tactical to make sure I'm not spotted. Don't have a sniper. Everyone's there. what I'm doing is basically trying to sneak in, neutralize the opponents one by one. See, there are about 4 or 5 of them in there, but it's not a good idea to be entertaining any form of combat. So there are 2 in there. And there's another one. Kids in America back in Miles being playing in that with those Russian soldiers. So what we want to do is get into the... Oh, he saw me. Spetsnats are pretty good, right? Would you not say? It's always the same story. Give away a position and then that's it. Call it a night. And we are... Well, I have to be a bit more attentive. Three guys in there. Look at this. Very difficult. But I can assure you, there are players who are able to neutralize all of them without even firing a single bullet. They use the tranquilizer gun, but you know. Six in the morning, 8 o'clock over here in London right now. And therefore I will be easily seen. Just remember, the day-night cycle is very important in this game. There's another one in there. It's beggars belief. So many enemy soldiers everywhere. There he is. A bit closer to him. You won't see me there. Got him. So that's good. So many of them are there. trouble is I don't have many bullets on that tranquilizer gun, and also my silencer is probably just about to run out. So that's not really good, is it? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's definitely a non-starter. Is he going to be patrolling towards me? Oh, they figured out that he was down.
КП-206. Есть признак вражеской активности. Усилим охрану. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Будьте максимально осторожны. Конец связи.
Won't be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful.
Всем боевым группам. Это КП. Все подразделения. За боевые позиции. Повторяю. Все подразделения. За боевые позиции.
As soon as they give away a position, that's it.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Boss! I didn't do it well. That is what happened. Resume game. The approach is not particularly good. To aircraft a different approach, I think. Oh, look at that. Even 4 of these guys out there. So I really can't do anything from this side. Behind him so he doesn't see me. Looking the other way. He is looking the other way, so that means I might be able to neutralize him with ease. What's the weapon that he has? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Three soldiers in there. Should have hit them. Yeah, they've gone in there. Not two, just one. Hopefully I'll be able to neutralize him as well. Yeah. Just getting his mate to help him, look at this. Too far. Then Alfred is coming from behind. Okay. So these guys are asleep. Seems quite good. So we have this entrance here cleared. Obviously I need some silences because I'll be definitely spotted in there otherwise. Fortified position there. What do I do? Several in there patrolling, look at this. 2 patrolling and 1 inside the building. Here we have 2 manning that OP, another 1 manning the other OP. Well, I mean, you know, the fact is they have their Spetsnaz commander inside the compound, so it's not surprising that everything is a bit tough. Looks like the other guy there maybe did vulnerable. So what was this? Vulnerable is not. Ah, they saw me straight away. close. Hopefully I deceived them a bit. The only trouble is they may be waking up the other guys that I tranquilized. Several hiding in their manning positions. The trouble is if I use my automatic weapon, then everyone will hear me and the rest of the activity. Quite far. Reinforcements are coming.
The enemy's given up their search for you, but they're not giving the all-clear just yet. Stay alert.
Alright, so that's not bad. It's able to deceive them. Where is he? I didn't see him. Somewhere there. Two of them. Okay, so it's going to come in my line of sight soon. There's too many in there. Two of them in there. Alright. Nope. Two of them. Probably need to take out the first one in there. closer to him now.
So your suppressor is worn out. That gun will be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful.
Two of them again. Probably aware of the fact that I'm over here. They're manning it from another angle. Several OPs in here, and there's lots of soldiers as well.
Кафе, меня кто-то вырубил. Скорее всего, противник. Делаю поиском. Прием. Это КП, понял. Все единицы. Будьте бдительны и найдите нарушителей. Конец связи.
Excuse me. Getting a bit cold out here. So it looks like what I need to do is come in from behind them, sneak in. sniper got me now.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Well, this looks like a lengthy mission. And, you know, it'll take a little while to get that Spetsnaz captain neutralized. On the other hand, I may have to go directly into the building because he might be hiding in there. So we'll try something else. Not a good approach. They're basically holding their positions, waiting for me to come in, or indeed give away my position, which is not what I'm going to do. Yeah, good. No longer looking for me. But how am I going to be able to get in there?
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
The positions are different to what they were before. Too far from him.
Поиски закончены. Противник не обнаружен. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
The enemy's given up their search for you. But they're not giving the all clear just yet. Stay alert.
John!
Again. Too close, obviously, to the base.
Всем боевым группам, это КП. Мы вступили в схватку с противником. Все боевые единицы приготовиться к бою. Зона 1, это КП. Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по цели. Прием. Это зона 1. Вас понял. Подготовка к минометному огню. Конец связи.
Three of them in there. menu.
КП, это зона 7. У нас проблемы. Усиливаем охрану. Прием. Это КП, понял. Будьте максимально осторожны. Конец связи.
So annoying.
Всем боевым группам, это КП. Говорят, атакуют. Все единицы приготовиться к бою.
Boss, that's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid.
Зона 1, это КП. Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по противнику. Прием. Это зона 1. Он понял. Он готов к минометному огню. Конец связи.
Tricky.
КП, это Дмитрий-2. Потерял визуальный контакт. Перемещаюсь к последней известной
As you
позиции.
can see,
Прием.
Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, is a difficult game.
Но осторожно.
Requires a lot of skill and a lot of focus and concentration. If you lose concentration, then everything is just simply ruined. I'm getting a bit tired. I've had a lengthy stream of Destiny earlier, so I'm not really 100%. And try to finish this off, but I also need to end the broadcast because the PlayStation Now presents our shorter broadcasts than the usual ones, delivered in sort of episodic title format, bit by bit.
Понял. Обыщите каждый угол. Они где-то здесь. Конец связи.
So there's so many. Particularly good. Where are the other guys? I'm not looking for any. What we want is we want to have that base. We want that base to be as empty as possible. That's not really the case in here. Wasn't careful enough, and that was it.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake? Snake!
To be honest with you, I'm getting tired, and therefore we are going to be continuing with this mission tomorrow, and not today, because I'm losing focus, and you know that is of no use to anyone. So there we are. Go back to options. No. Return to title menu. There we are. Well, that was our Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain broadcast today. As you could see, we've done a lengthy tutorial earlier on, and then we went into one of the missions, the first big mission of the game, and it's turning out to be very, very difficult. So, because I'm a bit tired and I'm losing focus, I think it's very unwise to me just, to carry on flogging it and thinking I could do it. I need to have really a rest of mind and clear head in order to do whatever is necessary in here. So we are going to be continuing with this tomorrow, and I thank everybody for coming. I can see that we've had a number of people having a look. Some of those, I believe, are Metal Gear Solid veterans, and they probably just had a look to see what was going on. And I'm very grateful to everyone for watching my channel, for supporting PlayStation Now Presents Season 12. As you know, it started on Sunday, so it's a brand new service, and we are going to be focusing on many games that are currently offered by PS Now. And as you know, this is your Netflix for gaming, so anytime you access any of the games, you just need to stream to your console, and then you can jump in, and the only thing you need to pay is your subscription price. And I've been using the service already for a long while, and I love it. It's really the ideal possible facility through which you can try out different games and find out for yourself. what these games are about, and obviously if you like them you can just play them as long as you want. If you want to have them, you can obviously buy them off PlayStation Store. Some games are offered in a kind of base game format, and then obviously there are very advanced platinum editions that can be purchased through various retailers. But I think still it's one of the best ways of getting to know what the games are about. Basically, what better introduction can it be but the one when you are simply watching the game and trying it out for yourself. So we'll carry on with our Metal Gear Solid 5 adventure tomorrow. I will start the broadcast a lot earlier, and I will be obviously a bit more clear-headed, i.e. not as stylish today, and therefore we are going to be breaking a strategy through which we are going to be able to sneak in and capture that Spetsnaz commander. So on that note, I will just thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you got a good picture of what Metal Gear Solid is about, because it is not like high adrenaline games, you know, like Apex or PUBG or Call of Duty. It is all about being quiet, being hidden, being stealthy, and outsmarting the enemy by doing very little else but using your brain. And I've done that, but unfortunately I gave away my position too many times, and therefore I was compromised, and then obviously did not complete the mission. So we'll carry on tomorrow with our Metal Gear Solid adventures, and that is the number 5, the Phantom Pain. So thank you for coming, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting my channel, thank you for being our valued community members, and I wish you all a very, very good night.